So hey guys, hi and welcome back. My name is Aarzoo Shah and thank you so much for coming on this series. Since this series has always been about going to women who genuinely believe in themselves, going to women who've had their journey of coming to terms in their life at the moment where they genuinely believe in themselves and who can share their journey with us. We have someone very special with us today. Her name is Radhika Shah. She's a company secretary working with Asian Paints and she's a senior manager at Compliance and Secretariat. And we're very happy to have her. Hi, thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks, Aarzoo, for having me.
What would inner beauty mean to you at this point of your life?
So, like you absolutely rightly mentioned at the beginning, inner beauty is something about that a person believes in one's goals, ambitions, dreams. That is all inner beauty is about, and you're able to actually reflect and have the freedom to express, enjoy. That is all inner beauty for me.
Have you been through a journey where you realized this now, or were you always someone who believed in herself?
No, actually. So I was a timid and a shy child in school, and always not wanting to volunteer or not wanting to take any initiative, or was scared if put in a limelight. But of course, my profession as well as my work has helped me grow as an individual, professionally and personally. And the confidence has evolved over a period of time. It has been a great journey. So.
When you speak about reaching at this point in your life right now at the moment where you evolved as a person, I feel a lot of times while we are going through our journey in our life, we get fearful about doing new things that we genuinely want to do. We get fearful about taking actions because it's something new. How do you overcome those fears in your life?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was being brought up in a very conventional Gujarati household, but at the same time, we as daughters, I am very proud that my parents gave me all the opportunities and all the push, the necessary push that was required for me to study, and we were never told that okay, you need not study or you need not follow your passion. So I'm really lucky as far as that is concerned. But I would say that it was a journey where you tend to develop your own skills, and you tend to realize that you're good at certain areas. Your sphere of comfort, your sphere of strength, you tend to realize and develop, and that's where you need to build on, and that's how you need to get successful.
Yeah, because a lot of times we tend to try different things and we not focus on the strengths that we have within us. Yeah. How did you discover your strength in that sense?
So it was an interesting journey, and I chose this profession thanks to my father, and he is also a company secretary and a lawyer, and I followed his footsteps. So, I really don't know how and why I chose this apart from following my father's footsteps, but. It has been a good experience so far, and sorry, what was your question? I lost.
So I was asking you, how did you discover your strengths? Like this is what you wanted to do, and this is what you're good at.
Yeah, so it was a journey where after finishing my academics, that is after becoming a company secretary, I joined Reliance Infocom. And that is where when I realized I joined it as a trainee, and I realized that law is a subject which interests me tremendously, and I was really intrigued by the different way in which a particular act or a particular regulation gets interpreted. What are the implications on a company, on an individual, on a director, or a promoter? So all these entire facets of the legal aspects really interested me, and that is when I decided that this is something I think I like and I want to pursue. So that is how I thought that, and we were given assignments where we were asked to interact with different sets of senior management people from various departments, and prepare some sort of notes and essays. So I realized that I was really good at it. I mean, based on a particular act, we had to find out whether this particular event leads to interpretation in this manner or that manner. I think it was a really good subject to pursue further.
And that's how you realize that you're really interested in this and you want to do it.
Yeah.
Whenever we go about doing anything in our lives, I've realized over a period of time that there are phases in our life where we tend to get in a space where we feel that are we doing good enough or are we doing well enough? And there are others around us who are also kind of doing something and we tend to compare ourselves with them.
Sure.
And we feel that we are not good enough. Have you ever felt that way in your life? If yes, how did you overcome that?
So for me, I have never got a feeling because for me, it's always been the learning, the quest to learn more. So I mean, as a legal professional, a day never comes where you know all the laws on the planet. It is next to impossible. So I tried to explore new areas. I joined a firm with the background of a company secretary, and then I decided to explore in the areas of labor laws, environmental laws. So I keep on learning, and that is it that keeps me moving, keeps me going. I never compare myself with, okay, this person is so successful and I'm not. I think learning new things, new projects, new assignments gives me the kick. I mean, that's what.
Yeah, and once we focus on learning and growing as a person, we tend to not focus on other aspects of life. Like when you got married and when you started a family with your new life, were you ever, taking that thing where you want to balance both the part of your life, personal and professional? Was that a struggle for you?
Absolutely. I mean, becoming a mother is the best thing that has happened to me, and having a family is something which is extremely important for me right from the beginning. And but at the same time, I mean, you're always on a guilt trip because you want to be a mother and you want to be 24 hours available for your children, and at the same time, work is a part of me which I cannot let go. So my profession is very important. So, but no, I think overall it is about balancing. It is about giving the right thing, the right amount of time, the quality time to your children, to your family. And thankfully, I've been successful so far. Let's hope it goes.
Because yes, when you speak about this, I have met a lot of women out there who feel that, and who feel working is a very important part of their life. But at the same time, because of the guilt trip that as women we go through, they kind of leave their they leave their profession and devote themselves. How do you maintain that balance for yourself?
So, like I told you, it's a little difficult. I mean, but of course, I have immense support from my family, my husband. I mean, he's been my absolutely motivating me to pursue my goals, my dreams, and he's always said that don't get the word sacrifice in your head. And so obviously, you need a lot of support from your family, my dad and my in-laws, and they've all supported me, and that's how I'm managing so far. And I feel that it's necessary to strike the right balance. It's not important that. I mean, of course, it's great if you can have 24 hours for your children, but it's important if you're there for them at the most important time when they need you, and then you're there at that time. I think that should really help. So I'll try to do that. I don't know, but let's see.
And when you speak about doing the right things and giving the right amount of time, how do you make those decisions in your life when you're in a space that you really want to go out and do something? You also have to decide the right thing for you at the right time. Yeah. What do you do to make those right decisions for yourself at the right time?
So it's not that complicated. See, basically, I always give priority to my children. I mean, and at the same time, if there is anything that work demands, I've been fortunate enough to given that much of space to do it at my leisure, or maybe I sometimes take work from home, or so I've been here with the company since a pretty long time and comfortable with the management and the senior management. So it's a good place to work for, and I'm fortunate to have this opportunity. And that's how I've been able to manage, not sacrificing work at the same time being there for my children when they need.
And when we all do so much in our life at the same point of time, there are highs and there are lows in everyone's life. There are times that we feel emotionally low. And sometimes for some people it takes months to come out of it, it takes days, it takes weeks, and for some people it takes hours to come out of it. We all have our own ways of dealing with our lows. How do you deal with those lows in your life?
Oh yeah, I mean, there are lows definitely, but somehow, I don't know, I feel that I'm blessed with this one thing that I mean, if I have a bad day or if I have a challenging day, I just go to bed and the next day I wake up. I mean, I have a completely positive and a new day, a new perspective kind of a feeling that I get. I mean, it can be any one of bad things that have happened, but the next day in the morning I'm fresh. So maybe I'm just blessed that way. That's how I am. And I instead of trying to get into, oh my God, what that has happened and how do I work upon it, the focus is more on, okay, what next? So what do I need to do from here?
So yeah, you deal with things in a very problem-solving manner. So
Yes.
once you have a problem, you do not dwell on the problem, but on the solution that you need to get to.
So maybe it's difficult for people. So at that point in time, you do tend to get into that mode where you try to pity yourself and get depressed. But then I think it's important to move on. I mean, there's nobody who's going to help you unless you help yourself. So I think that's the motto that you need to have. So first would be to pursue your dreams. There's nothing and there's no one which can stop you from pursuing your dreams. And this is one principle which I've tried to follow in my life. And secondly, I believe that there's nothing that is impossible for me to do, and I have lived with that. In fact, there are times when you feel, oh, this is not my cup of tea, but I've had that thing that I would like to attempt that first. So I think that is really important. And thirdly, love life, enjoy life, enjoy the things that you have today, and not worry about future, because the future is anyway not good. So, I'm beautiful for me.